Only in my dreams do I get to see her. Only in my dreams do I get to love her. Only in my dreams. Only in my dreams. What up, man? Conversation started with the songwriters and the lyric group. This is my fantasy question, right? So, we're growing up in an era that's really digitally made, which is sad because the efforts of love aren't there. A lot of the efforts are being compromised by fake love through social media, meaning not leaving a honest comment about a person's opinion. You know what I mean? There might be days where you may leave a social media post and you're honest about how you love something or you love someone, and nobody reaches back, or somebody will reach back with a joke or a hashtag that reflects responsible and irresponsible responses, but you may never get that true feeling of, you know what I mean? What you really needed. So in this song I had wrote, Only in My Dreams, it starts off, a cloudy love. You know what I mean? So I want to keep it in your fantasies right now, right? A cloudy love said an angel only speaks in the dark. My baby said she loved me and diagrammed her imagery all over my heart. So a cloudy love said an angel only speaks in the dark. That's cool. My baby said she loved me and diagrammed her imagery all over my heart. So that could be like social media. You know what I mean? I'm old school. You know what I mean? I want to write you a 4-page letter. I want to bring balloons to you at work. You know what I mean? If it's your birthday, I want to swag up your birthday any way possible. But I'm just going to continue with the era. Late night fantasies taking all of my energy. I spotted heart and she'll love me right there. Got me loving my daytime and proposing questions to the night sky. Now, this was one of my favorite parts of the verse that I wrote. I diagrammed her imagery all over my heart. I'm honest on my social media. I'm honest about, I'm just honest, you know what I mean? So if you ever have diagrammed your imagery, you know what I mean? That's being open, responsible, or irresponsible about your imagery through, you know what I mean, imagination. A lot of people, you can take social media posts, you can take a picture, look sexy, and still be alone. You can take a social media post, be alone, and be the happiest person on the earth. You can take a group social media picture, and you'll be that person that's in that group. You know what I mean? So I diagram imagery all over my heart. Late night fantasies taking all my energy. I'm not talking sexual fantasies, you know what I mean? I'm talking about late night energy taking all my fantasies. A lot of people like to start businesses. A lot of people are in relationships where their founders were maybe their grandparents, their parents, and then established. See, this song is about finding, late night energies taking your fantasies. There could be coffee pot, stirring your next great big idea. It could be an Instagram post that got you inspired to be the person or the CEO that you are today. Anything of that nature can come out of this one verse right here. And diagrammed her imagery all over my heart. Late night fantasies taking all my energy. A spotted heart, and she'll love me right there. Got me proposing questions to the night sky, like I stated. Like, a person should be able to be classroom influential. You know what I mean? Social media should be like a classroom to you. You know what I mean? There's no way in hell you're following 10,000 people. There's no way in hell you're following 5,000 people. There's not even no way in hell you're recognizing 2,000 followers. 2,000 followers, or however the case may be. Proposing questions to the night sky. I would state that imagery of love, which could have been back in the day, we used to mail postcards. We used to have Kodak films, things of that nature. We used to have to take the pictures on a field trip, and then you'll go print it up. You know what I mean? Those were our diagram imageries. You know what I mean? So now today it's very instant. You know what I mean? Like it's very social. It's sociable to take a group picture and just classify it as an Instagram picture. Growing up in my day, we would take a picture and, you know what I'm saying, the process alone the build up to just receiving those pictures, you know what I mean? Receiving the pictures back from a pharmacy or something like that, whatever the case may be. You should have red light zone districts, you know what I mean? Even to some of these Canon camera people, you know what I mean? It's easy to take a lot of pictures, then go sit down in front of your computer. There's no stagnant love with a lot of these songs, you know what I mean? So I had continued to write, asking God why her love is so real. Have you ever seen a miracle? Now you're digging out her spiritual. Never mind idolize because her love is so real. You know what I mean? Now that's a little bit deeper. You know what I mean? That's if you're able to complete a bond or start a bond with a person. Back in the day, we used to call it long distance relationships. You know what I mean? So, we would walk in our classroom, maybe from a track meet or maybe a basketball invitational, you got softball, you got Little League, you got whatever the case may be. Some of the guys were able to go to a Little League World Series. So let's say for an example, you go to a Little League World Series, right? And you meet one of the girls. Just say you're a team from let's say you're a team from Georgia, or you're a team from Michigan, you're a team from Pennsylvania, you're a team from California, you're a team from Arizona, Ohio, wherever the case may be, right? And let's say you're from New York City, and you guys meet in Florida, like what's going on right now. So you meet another elite opposite sex baseball player, right? So she's a softball, she plays softball. She's at the Orlando World Series. You're from New York. So you guys link up in the summertime, don't have baseball season until the springtime. So you have a whole school year to develop a relationship. You know what I mean? Make sure that the girl's in the weight room. Ask her, did she go to practice? And again, it's back to diagramming your imagery all over heart. We had telephones, you know what I mean? We didn't necessarily have the direct messages. A lot of us real old school players, or whatever you want to call us, I've been doing this since 4th grade, 1st grade, you know what I mean, elementary school. We're not as accustomed to I'm not accustomed to social media. You know what I'm saying? What I got to do, I'm saying what I got to say and get it out. But the interesting part is you're digging out her spiritual now. Like you're digging her, you know what I mean? She likes to eat broccoli on Tuesday. She like pizza on Friday. You know what I mean? Sunday she goes to church, but she don't like going to church because she like going to the other church. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen a miracle? Now the miracle is you're down in Orlando. You're down with your baseball team and your baseball bat, and your teammate says, hey, go get that girl right there. You know what I mean? Sort of like track and field. But your teammate says, go get that girl right there. And she says, yes, I'm from Ohio. Oh, and you look like you're from that team, or you play for that team, or even block stories. You know what I mean? You could even convert it to the streets if you needed to. You know what I mean? She's on this sector side of the city, and that rival gang, and Grand Theft Auto, whatever the case may be. We're swagging up. Have you ever seen a miracle? Now, the miracle is I'm not from here. You know what I mean? The miracle is we're going to have to develop a spiritual relationship for us to even get started. You see what I'm saying? For us to even get processed. You see what I'm saying? It goes back to the Kodak film. How in the fuck I'm going to sit here and not have sex with you in the first 24 hours in this era? I apologize. I didn't mean to say nothing like that. That's old school of me. But it states after that, never mind idolize because the love is so real. You know what I mean? Fake love begins to get ignored. When you develop a relationship, fake love starts to get ignored. When you put your all into a relationship, whether a person is there for you or not, love will get, you know what I mean? Some sort of love will get adored. When I say fake love gets ignored, whatever you're doing that's adoring, you know what I mean? You begin to grow. You begin to develop yourself. You see what I'm saying? She know her heart, I adore her, but the tragedy, the tricky part is, she's only in my fantasy. I lay down and close the door. So that's just a mixture of what goes on in today's era. Social media versus, you know what I mean, old school love from like the early 80s, you know what I mean, early 90s. You want to say Boyz II Men. Maybe you want to say Keith Sweat, Teddy Riley, Blackstreet, people of that nature. So I'm going to read it back a little bit so now that you have an understanding of where my heart was. A cloudy love, said an angel, only speaks in the dark, only speaks in the dark. My baby says she loved me and diagram her imagery all over my heart, all over. Late nights energy, taking all our fantasies, taking all my fantasies. Late night energies, taking all my fantasies. Despite that heart, and she'll love me right there. got me loving my daytime. I'm still in tune to when we were younger. You know what I mean? There's nothing like having a love that you know you can go away from and you can love on it. You know what I mean? You can be able to process some type of love for the evening. See what I'm saying? Got me loving my daytime, proposing questions to the night sky. Maybe she wasn't there that night. You know what I mean? These relationships nowadays, everybody's so bundled under everybody. Everybody show so much effort in or when they cheat or how they cheat or whatever the case may be. But you know, when you're dealing with a love that's so real, you're dealing with a love that's so real. I want to appreciate the styles and efforts that are being put into like a lot of these unique characters that are out here. You know what I mean? I just want to be able to swag up just an explanation of what I suppose love could look like, feel like, or even sound like. You know, this is Maurice Miles, and I am trying to become a songwriter, and this is only in my dreams. Y'all, that way you see it.